Hello everyone and welcome to Hearts of Iron 4 Death or Dishonor. We're going to be playing a couple of series of this on the channel, starting off with Hungary. And we're going to make Austro-Hungary great again. We're going to make the Austro-Hungarian Empire. We will start a new game set in 1936 in the Gathering Storm. And we will be playing as the Kingdom of Hungary. Our leader is Miklos Horthy. We start off with the national spirit, the Treaty of Trianon, which is pretty much the Treaty of Versailles, but for Hungary. And we get a slight debuff to recruitable population. We have a very severe penalty to building military factories. We can get rid of that. There's multiple ways to get rid of that in our focus tree. And there's like 3 things that we're going to be focusing on. We're going to elect a king. Popular support for the nation to return a monarchy government form is now sufficient that we can begin to think about initiating the process of electing a new king. I believe there's a Habsburg fellow wandering in the countryside somewhere. He will do nicely. We can do secret rearmament, because you know, the Treaty of Trianon is still in effect. We'll be getting rid of that. Poor little Hungary there. And Austria. You can just see a little tear going down there. They want to be reunited. They just don't know it yet. We're going to be playing on regular with historical focuses on. Not going to play on Iron Man mode just because, you know, nature of recording. Things might go wrong. Let's do it. Alright, so we've got 18 divisions in... No, 16. 16 divisions in total. Not too bad, although all of them are severely under strength. We are... What are we shy of mostly? Yeah, you still need like half the guns, so... Equipment deficit is gonna go up tremendously. That's fine. We've got three factory spare. We're just gonna pour them all on guns for now. Research is going to be the basic, good old, pouring things into the basic 3 researches over there. Lovely. Civilian factories. Build me civilian factories. Everywhere. Because we can't build any military ones. Now the new focus tree. You can see there's a whole line dedicated here to just forming a, just deciding whether you want a king, or whether you want to go communist. Fascist, you know. You could just renounce the Treaty of Trianon and be like, no, we're not going to do this. Pull a Hitler, basically, and walk into the Rhineland. But we're going to go down the balanced budget route here. Strengthen our monarchists, which will get us extra support for unaligned. We'll try to elect ourselves a king, which will get us national unity plus 10%. And then we're going to invite a Habsburg prince, because hey, why not? We get 20% extra political power. That's going to be really good. We're probably going to rush that immediately. You know, these guys, not bad. That basically allows us to switch either to a democracy, you know, join with the allies, or go fascist anyway. You know. Who says you can't have a fascist king? Anyway, we're going to rush the Habsburg prince, so we're going to go for the balanced budget. We're low manpower, yeah. Like we've got like 8.69 core population. That's not bad, you know. Could be worse. We have any decent like field marshals or generals? We have a... I mean, we've got a 4. Hindi. He's not bad. He's only a general though. But he's not bad. So yeah, that is pretty much all that addressed. Look at that new air map mode, isn't it pretty? We can see our aircraft ranges. It would be really easy to redeploy if we so choose to. Ah, so good. You can even see like the different ranges they have. Which zones they can operate in. Detection reduced by a factor of... I like it. Looks really good. And you could just, you know... move them around as divisions. Except instead of going to provinces, they go in between airfields. They've also made airfields a bit larger on these specific air maps, so, you know, it's easier to see where the airfields are at. Good things all around, really. So we're gonna go set the speed to 5, and we're just gonna sit here for a while. You know, it's Hearts of Iron. It's a slow build-up, but it's gonna be a lot of fun, hopefully. And if you're interested in more Hearts of Iron on the channel, you know, make sure to drop a like down below, maybe leave a comment with your excitement that, hey, Hearts of Iron is back on the channel. Helps me a lot, helps the channel a lot. We should probably trade for some resources while we're at it. So, they've changed this a fair bit as well. Instead of showing you like, oh yeah, they like you this much, or they hate you that much, they now show you how many convoys you need to trade. It's pretty rad. I like it. As for us, I'm gonna go look for the Germans. I would like some of that steel of yours. Of course, if we're gonna be reuniting the Austro-Hungarian Empire, we're probably gonna be siding with the Germans, even if we're non-aligned. You know, historical. But that will resolve itself at a later date. We're shy like 4,000 rifles, which isn't a whole lot. But it could be better. Could be a whole lot better. Let's see, do we have anyone interesting in here? Oh, we are a disarmed nation as well. They are really rough on poor old Hungary here. We've got an export focus, civilian economy. Ooh. Really now? That is the Spanish Civil War firing at the end of February. I think that's the quickest I've ever seen it happen. Fair enough. That should be a fun show to watch as we just sit here and get our national focuses. There we go. We have a balanced budget. They've changed these over a little bit as well. We've got a compassionate gentleman. Improve relations. Staunch monarchist. Ooh, I haven't seen you before. That might not be a bad thing, although we already have a majority, really. Silent Workhorse, I like you. 15% political power for the rest of the game. That's only going to mean we get like 0.3 political power a day, so it's going to take you like a long time to repay yourself. But we're literally at the start of the game, you know. It's going to pay off in the long run. We're going to keep strengthening the monarchist faction, and we will be renamed at some point. Germany stationed troops in the Rhineland territory, close to the French border. Ooh, that's worrying. But at the same time, it's also pretty good, so, we'll take it. So yeah, everything's looking pretty good, looking pretty calm so far. Storm clouds are slowly gathering over Europe. We may have to invade one of our neighbors if we can, although it's going to be a bit tricky. That said, our focus tree allows us, if we go for the restoration of Austria-Hungary, we can protect the Czechs. I'm not sure why you'd want to, but we need it to get claims on Transylvania and places, so we'll probably go down there anyway. And then we can get a claim on Galicia, which gives us a claim on Krakow and Stanislavo, basically Poland. We can claim Bukovina. I believe that is Bukovina. I'm lost at the moment. I think that's somewhere in the Balkans here. I'm thinking like Bulgaria for that. But it could also be, I don't know. But we can also get a claim on Slovenia and whatnot, so we'll have a reason to invade Yugoslavia. We'll have Austria, naturally. I'm really just wondering, like, But yeah, we'll also go after Krakow, Stanislaw, Leo, so we basically get like this chunk out of Poland. We get claims on that. If we could take that in the Second World War, that would be amazing. We do a lot of good. Let's keep working on our research for now. I'm not sure. Do we also get some claims on Italy? Yeah, reclaim Venetia. We get Istria, Veneto, and South Tyrol, which is like the northeastern part of Italy. We can reclaim the empire. We can get claims on Jordan, Palestine, Niederschlesien, Oberschlesien, Tuscany, Lorraine, Lombardy. Wow. That's a lot of claims. That's going to be a very interesting run, for sure. We're going to make the Austro-Hungarian Empire great again. Perhaps even greater than it ever was. And it will be beautiful. So, next focus is about to come in. Give it a few more days. We will be called the Legitimalists pretty soon instead of F48P. Which I can't for the life of me pronounce. So the Legitimalists is a way better name. We need to elect a king. You know, we've got a Hungarian monarchy now. We're getting daily support for the non-aligned faction. Very slowly. Right, do we go concentrated industry to crank out more stuff? Or do we go dispersed industry so that we can effectively produce stuff? Honestly, I'm gonna go for the extra factory outputs. It's only 5%. You know, dispersed industry is actually really good now. With the efficiency retention, which basically means you keep 10% of the efficiency that you built up. You have a base efficiency of 5% instead of starting at 0. So you're gonna be producing more faster. Conversion speed bonus. Not that I ever convert stuff. Less factory bomb vulnerability. I'm still gonna go concentrated though. Because we don't have a lot of factories. Being able to crank out 5% more is gonna be useful. And we're almost able to modify our government again. And matter of fact, we are able to. There we go. Now everything's shiny. Can we get anyone else that is really cool? We could go for the captain of industry. We could also go for research. Now here's the thing. We can get, like, industrial concern, electronical concern. I might go industrial. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. That should hopefully make this retroactively easier to research. So we're gonna get our construction techs fast, we're gonna get our concentrated industry faster. A whole lot of things are gonna go a lot quicker now. Which is nice. It's very nice. Hopefully that'll help us build up a bit quicker. Because you might have noticed, we don't have a lot of factories, and we're all very disarmed. Stupid treaties. We'll show them though. Ho 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 ho, we'll show them. That's construction 1. Lovely. How's our resources looking actually? Ooh! Almost 200 aluminum. Or aluminium. That's pretty good. We might actually get some factories from trading that away. We're not trading anyway. Brilliant. That's a trade deficit right there. Anyway. Excavation, not really worth it. You? Where do we see the modifiers for you? There we go. The industrial concern is helping us with that, but, you know, ahead of time, so I'm not going to do that. Could go for things like radar. Could go for a fighter, although, I'm not going to be too concerned with fighters. We'll have to look into doctrines at some point as well. Am I going to go tank heavy, because we're going to ally with the Germans? Are we going to produce their stuff? We can now produce Tiger tanks. If they give us the license for it. You know, that's something to keep in mind. That would allow us to ignore our tank tree over here. And just research other things instead. Could go for support weapons, but I'm probably going to go with interwar artillery. Just get some extra soft attack on that. We are probably going to make use of some artillery. Speaking of which, we need a production line for that. And we'll also need more tungsten. I'm good. We don't need too many guns. We're just going to produce them. Just get some started, just in case, you know. Not going to be such a big deal. Doesn't have to happen immediately. Italy finally able to wipe out Ethiopia. Spanish Civil War is in full swing. We're going to fight a Habsburg prince. Obviously. You know, he's still kicking around somewhere. That national unity is looking pretty good. Admittedly, like, the only place worthy of, like, looking at is going to be Budapest. If they take Budapest, we lose the war. 11th Olympiad has ended. That's good. That is very good, in fact. We are, I'd say about 30 days away from modifying our government, perhaps. I'd like to get away from the civilian economy, but... we can't actually switch to the war economy as a non-aligned. Huh. That's interesting. We can still do... we can't do early mobilization. Not yet, anyway. We need the world tension to be higher. I'm probably just gonna wait with that for a little bit. You know, just sit it out. It's not that big a deal. Let's see. Theorist, you get us land doctrine or air doctrine. Probably gonna go with the land doctrine one. I've actually got a couple cavalry guys here. Actual cavalry, my lord. Also armor. And infantry division attack and defense. Ooh, nice. But that does mean actual infantry, I think, right? Not just... it might not include motorized, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to keep an eye on that. We'll science it. Advisors aren't amazing. Armor, not exactly amazing. I'm gonna go maybe with weapons and equipment. Artillery would be nice, motorized would be nice, but I'm gonna go with the infantry equipment guy. It's gonna allow us to research a lot more weapons a lot quicker. You know, we don't have to worry about the guys giving army buffs yet, because we're not gonna go to war for a while. It's the thing, it's the theory. Huh. We've invited the Habsburg prince. Otto assumes the Hungarian crown. In search of a suitable king, the Kingdom of Hungary extended an invitation to Otto von Habsburg to return to the lands that were until recently ruled by his family. Otto, who has lived in exile throughout Western Europe since the end of the Great War and the dissolution of his father's empire, chose to accept the offer. Today, amidst much fanfare and celebration, he was crowned King of Hungary in a solemn ceremony at the Royal Palace in Budapest. During his coronation speech, King Otto thanked the Hungarian people for their loyalty and devotion, and vowed to see the Habsburg lands reunited once more, promising that this time, Hungary would be the dominant constituent part. So yeah, little known fact, or rather, maybe not little known, but the Austro-Hungarian Empire had so many people in there. Like, you had the Austrians, you had the Hungarians, you had people in Yugoslavia, the Slavic people basically. A lot of different people there. Some Germans as well. And basically the more dominant people were the Austrians and the Hungarians. The crown prince that was shot dead, Franz Ferdinand, he actually wanted the Slavs to have like a third state inside the Austro-Hungarian Empire. He was the biggest voice for peace and reason. And they shot him. And then a world war happened. Great stuff. And now we are actually a kingdom with a king. Look at him. He's got a beautiful mustache. Yeah. National focus. Do we demand a referendum? We can demand a referendum. It basically lets them vote. You know. We're gonna give peace a go. The dissolution of Austria-Hungary was a mistake. Austria and Hungary are stronger together. And a combination of both is required for either to achieve greatness. The Austrians must be made to hold a referendum on a proposal for the peaceful joining of our two nations. Or we could just take it by force. The first step in returning glory to Hungary is to reintegrate the Austrian lands. We cannot risk a failure in achieving this diplomatically. So we must do this by force. I believe in the power of choosing to join us peacefully. But just in case, we will prepare a invasion plan here. That does involve us crossing the river. I don't want to cross the river. There we go. We're just going to take that, and that might be enough to get the the war. We'll have to see. We'll get the cavalry to drop a spearhead on there. I'm hoping they'll choose the wise path and join us peacefully. Because otherwise we're going to have some fun. We are slowly making artillery. It's not going very quickly. But we should have enough guns. What are you waiting for, buddy? Manpower. Yeah. It's a big problem. We'll take the machine tools. It's only 0.15 years ahead of time. Now this is going to be the crucial bit. Will they accept the referendum and join us? If not, we're going to be in trouble. We still should be able to take the Austrians. I tried playing them once off camera. They are very rough to play. Admittedly, that was a while back, but still. It shouldn't surprise you that they are not in a very good position. At all. You know what, let's just start the industry, whatever. Means we can get more stuff out the door quicker. More research, we'll get the radio. Alright. It's gonna be a bit tricky. You know, I'm gonna be a little bit worried if this doesn't happen. But we're reunited. Well, we've restored the Habsburg, rather. We get extra political power now, so we're up to 35% bonus. We get 2.7 a day. Referendum is refused. Alright then. War it is. That really sucks. Austria denies referendum. Austria has outright rejected the Hungarian calls for a referendum, despite Hungary's increasing belligerence. The latter has accused the Austrian government of flagellantly disregarding the democratic rights of their people. They have stated that they will not shy away from the use of force to protect the Austrian people's desire to be reunified with their Hungarian brethren. Both sides have now begun to mobilize. War seems inevitable. Hey, what's a few deaths for an empire? We've barely bypassed the treaty of, or rather, secret rearmament. Huh. Declaring war means we just throw it out the door. Bit of a shame that we didn't get the secret rearmament boost, but hey, we can now do this. Might not be a bad idea. War games gets us army experience or an air doctrine. I'm gonna go with war games, because I would like to get rid of the other thing there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna surround Vienna. Because, you know, I've fought harder battles. The Austrians are still rushing to the field. We have already taken it. There we go, that's Vienna. You had a choice, Austria. There we go. Now this should count. It does not count as a core state. That's annoying. We can probably make it a core, though, through a focus tree. Yeah! Excellent. We'll switch over to that as soon as we can. Too bad we didn't get their troops or anything, but hey. We have reunited, and that's all that matters. We got a ton of manpower out of nowhere. Oh. Down goes our experience. In come the new bodies. We can modify the government as well. We can switch away. Could go volunteer only, get a little bit more manpower. You know what? Nah. It's fine for now. Though I would like to get myself a military theorist so that we can start working on the land doctrines. Hello, factories. I have missed you. We could start working on an interwar fighter. And maybe a close air support one. We're not going to do that effectively, mind you. That's just the way of things. We need a bit of rubber, we need a bit of tungsten. We do have more factories now, but still nothing to write home about. Again, we should have just joined peacefully. That would have been so much better for both of us. We'd have so many more troops right now. As it stands, we'll survive. Still slowly building up our artillery stockpile. It's gonna take a while before we can actually like, toss them into the field. Yeah, I'm not gonna trade for anything yet. We haven't built a single factory yet. And we've been playing for like a year now. War games are happening slowly. So that's good. We have gotten rid of the Treaty of Trianon, so we can actually build military factories now if we so choose. Which might not be a bad idea after we built like 4 civilian ones. Yeah, we kind of bypassed the Bled Agreement. Let's actually restore the dual monarchy of Austria-Hungary. Because we need to officially be Austro-Hungary before ending this episode, clearly. How are you doing, Nationalist Spain? Can we send you... I don't think I can send you volunteers yet, no. We also need 30 divisions to be able to send 1 volunteer unit. We don't have those. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Ooh. Conversion speed bonus. Never use it anyway. Might not be a bad idea to start that, but not bothered by it. So, do we want to go with a mobile warfare? Armor and tanks get extra breakthrough, unexpected thrust, extra planning speed bonus, division speed, organization loss goes down. Superior firepower, every frontline battalion gets 20% soft attack bonus. Grand battle plan, which is kind of boring. You know, the default, the de facto, trench warfare. Not great. Max entrenchment goes up, pretty good. Allows us to fight defensively. We're not gonna fight defensively. We need to go out there and take stuff. And then we've got mass assault, which is basically go forth for the motherland, comrade. I'm probably gonna go mobile warfare. I'm gonna dedicate one of my 3 research slots to modern warfare. Because it seems like a good idea. Germany. Why don't you like me, Germany? We're a different ideology. Fine. We'll work on it. Staunch monarchist? I don't think we really need to work on our popularity. The heir never does coups, so... taking him would literally do nothing right now. Like, at least in Kaiserreich, which I will be putting on the channel at some point. You know, I've been to their booth at ParadoxCon 2017. Looked pretty good. I have a poster of a German carrier and a bunch of Messerschmitt 262s. It's awesome. I like it. Yeah, we could go for a light aircraft designer. Might not be a bad idea. Or we can start working on our manpower here. Probably a good idea to switch our manpower over now to volunteer only. A whole 40,000 extra manpower. Wow. I'm not done yet, though. We're gonna train troops. Oh, yes. We are actually training troops. And we're training them in Vienna. And I am renaming them because I cannot for the life of me pronounce that. There you go. We will add extra units to them at some point. You could use some support artillery, but you don't have any. You know, we've got 178 guns for the entire country. Not good. Not very good. We've managed to solve our equipment shortage fairly quickly. So that's nice. I will probably work on radio detection. Just to be able to show off that new aspect as well. We're looking at the restoration. 20 days left. Alright. Still short on a lot of trade goods. I would like to switch away from the civilian economy. I'd prefer to just switch to partial mobilization or something like that right away, but given the amount of political power we get, it doesn't really matter. The restoration of Austria-Hungary. With the reunification of Austria and Hungary completed, the Hungarian government has gathered international press in Budapest and announced the restoration of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. King Otto has assumed his rightful title as Emperor of Austria, and has reiterated his vow that, though the empire is yet but a shadow of its former self, he shall not rest until all Habsburg lands have been reunited. Their neighbours undoubtedly eye the proceedings in Budapest suspiciously. We rise like a phoenix from the ashes. Welcome back, Austria-Hungary. Yeah! Hey, Germany. I could improve relations with you. It's gonna take 0.4 daily, which means we still get like 1.3. I would like them to like me, so yeah, I will suck up to them. Ooh, and the Hindenburg disaster is averted. Isn't that fancy? We've got 26,000 more troops now. Because this now counts as core territory for us. Which is good. That's very good. What are we gonna do now in our focus tree? We could go for industry research. And start working down to like 5 research slots. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. There we go. Nearly wasted a bit of progress there. You're just gonna keep going. You're gonna like me eventually. Oh, wow. You guys love us. We could request licensed production. We could buy infantry equipment 1. No thanks. You guys have artillery 1. Which we have as well. They've got light tank 2. Ooh. I could request it. They also have the BF-109. They've got a bunch of boats. We don't care about boats. We don't have a port. We don't have to worry about boats for a while. I could request that we can build some Panzer IIs, but maybe later. Also, you really don't like the fact that we are very different ideologies here. Fair enough. You know. We'll just keep working on our focus tree here. We'll reintegrate the railroads. The Czechs apparently really like that. We'll go for the domestic industry first, then we'll go for the urbanization, and then we will have our 4th research slot, which means we can actually start researching some more things. Now, one thing to worry about. Anschlussings might happen. Although I'm trying to get them to like us right now. And since they can't technically claim Austria, or rather the country Austria, because, well, we kind of have, we should be alright. Amelia Earhart disappears. That is a shame. Germans kind of like us. Ooh, that is a nationalist Spain victory in the Civil War. I wish I was surprised, but I'm really not. They seem to be winning every time. Form a front line with the Germans, will you? And wow. We actually have our troops in the field. 129,000 of them. I think it might not hurt to go to free trade for a while. Sure, we're going to lose a lot more of our resources, but we get extra factory output, extra dockyard output, extra construction speed, research time bonus. I'm crazy enough that it just might work. Though it does mean a shortage in oil. Which means we're producing even less close air support. Leadership purges happen in the Soviet Union. I mean, that is a thing that happens. Usually. Let's get some extra infrastructure. That's going to give us a passive build speed increase. Because that's now a thing. You know. Infrastructure. It actually matters now. I like it. But yeah, we'll be ending the episode shortly. We're just standing here with the Germans just to make sure they don't get any funny ideas. Actually, what happens to your Anschluss of Austria? Oh, you only gain a core. Alright, fair enough. You don't actually go through with it immediately. So we might be safe from the Germans. And we have improved our relation with them to the max, so we're no longer spending any points on that. That's good. Wait, is our ideology really that different? He also lost a point. You know what, never mind. I'm not going to worry too much about that. We're going to call this episode here. We have already reformed the Austro-Hungarian Empire. By force, because those suckers didn't want to listen. So we showed them. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and perhaps a comment down below as well. It really helps me, it helps the channel, and it lets me know you would like to see some more Hearts of Iron 4. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And I will catch you all next time. Until then, have a good one, folks.